represented by.
Hey everybody, this is Minus67. We're going to be doing our first Warmachine battle report today. I get to play against Big Red over here. He's going to be playing his Khador with Old Witch. Tell us what you got today, Larry.
Alright, we're going to start over here. We have Old Witch, Scrapjack, we have a Kodiak, Juggernaut, we have a full 5-man unit of Man-of-War Shock Troopers, Grey Lord Turnian, 4 Widowmakers, the new Widowmaker Marksman I'm trying out, and 2 Manhunters.
Alright, so as you can see in Warmachine, you have your normal models just like you would anything else, and you keep track of your stats and damage on these cards, these handy protectors. It's a pretty good little system. It's not the same as 40k, but we actually like it quite a bit. Today I'm going to be playing Cygnar. I apologize for the unpaidedness. I'm too busy making my Empire rockin'. So, I'm going to be playing Cygnar today. I'm going to be using Striker, just normal Striker, and his little buddy, the Squire. He's going to give him some extra focus every turn I want him to. 6 Trenchers, full unit of Long Gunners, a Hunter, Lancer, an Ironclad, and 6 Sword Knights. So I've got a bunch of infantry facing off a bunch of tough guys, so we'll see what can happen. We'll meet you guys back at deployment, and let us know if we can do this in any other better form. Alright, we've deployed here. Larry has deployed his Widowmakers over here in the woods with a couple, what are they called? Manhunters hanging out that have stealth. They're going to be really annoying. If you don't remember stealth, I can't target them from more than 5 inches away. He's got a big broad line of Manhunters, and his 2 Jacks are hiding like wusses. I'm ashamed of you. And the Cygnar guys are just deployed along Cygnar line. We are very unimaginative in our deployment. My trenchers have dug in on the left flank. My Hunter is sneaking about in the woods, seeing who he's going to shoot. So we will see what I can rock up in turn 1. Right here in my turn 1, I killed one whole sniper, shot him in the woods with took a snipe plus an entire unit of Long Gunners to hit his defense 18, but I totally punked him. Everything else was totally out of range. It was really boring. I cast Snipe, like I said, on the Long Gunners. I cast Arcane Shield on my Ironclad. The Striker kind of wandered around. It was very boring first turn, but we're just getting started. But 1 Sniper with defense 18 is pretty good. So here on Big Red's first turn, he cast Murder of Crows in the middle of the field after his Snipers only managed to kill 2 of my Sword Knights. His Sniper Marksman was a total failure and rolled a 4, needing a 5 to hit on 2 dice. He cast a couple Cloud Effects on his Man-of-War, keeping them so it'll be harder for me to shoot them. And his Jacks ran strolling hand through hand like big jerks through the woods, hiding from me for some reason. And the Scrapjack is hanging out behind, being a pile of junk. Old Witch is impossible to see. We'll see what we could do in my turn. Here on my turn, I moved the Ironclad up into the Murder of Crows because I got to ignore a bunch of crows. I ran the Lancer up to attempt to Earthquake with Striker pulling focus from the little Squire guy to do it, and I missed 2 rolls of a 12 on 3 dice. Even with the reroll, the Manhunters were too hard to hit. My Sword Knights advanced to the right. I took a pot shot with the Lancer, with the Hunter at a Man-of-War, did nothing. My Long Gunners did a CRA on his Destroyer, I'm sorry, on the Juggernaut, and I rolled double 1s on the first shot, which is horseshit, and the second one did a couple points of damage, but it was totally wasted. Trenchers, I mismeasured and didn't get to do anything, but I feeded this turn because my turn was so bad, so we'll see. Striker's feed is +5 armor to everybody, so we'll see how well Larry will punch the crap at all my guys on his turn. So we'll see. Right here on Larry's turn, he used the Witch and the Grey Lords in pretty good concert here. The Grey Lords made my Ironclad stationary, and then he moved it up 5 inches with Gallows. Then he charged it with his Juggernaut and a bunch of Man-of-Wars, but rolled exceedingly crappy and didn't take out any systems or do any real damage to it, so it's going to be pretty bad for him on that turn. Man-of-War ran over, or sorry, Manhunter ran over and sliced up one of my trenchers. Are going to have to take a command check, which we forgot to do. And his Snipers failed pretty bad, only shot 2 trenchers who are not even dug in, so Larry continues to roll like garbage. My feet saved me big time this turn. And we'll see what I can pull out. This turn we learned why Cygnar is amazing and why I can just roll amazingly. So the Ironclad, after surviving the torrent, just got up and knocked everyone down around him, and then proceeded to, tap the Destroyer or the Juggernaut for a little bit. But then I cast Arcane Shield on him, and Striker disrupted him, so he won't be able to get focused next turn. The Sword Knights and the Hunter killed another Man-of-War, as well as the Lancer stabbed one to death. We had a retard fest over here with trenchers charging snipers, not being able to hit anybody or do anything. It was very lame. I stabbed his solo, which shouldn't have happened. And my Long Gunners did 10 damage to a Kodiak in a single shot, which Larry was not a fan of. And we will see what the Old Witch can bring. Here on Larry's turn, more hilarity happened with it taking all of his efforts to kill the Ironclad and doing it just barely, with the help of an extra Manhunter. Kodiak moved up after a failed attempt to gallows Stryker into charge distance and cast some steam to protect himself. The retard fight continued with the snipers doing nothing and needing the help of the Scrapjack to kill one of them. The other Manhunter ran up and cut the crap out of a long gunner who cried about it. The Grey Lords did 2 big ice sprays into my Sword Knights and utterly failed to hit or cause any damage despite needing to roll like 4s on 2 dice. So Larry's luck here continues to be amazing. So he just feeded, so I'll see what it does on my turn and see if I can finish. Okay, on my turn, this is the final turn of the game, so we're going to walk through what makes Warmachine interesting here. So I activated Stryker, and I pulled an extra focus off my Squire, which is this guy right here, who can do that 3 times a game. And then what I did is I cast Earthquake, which is a spell, and I cast it onto the Kodiak, who's right here. And it's a 5-inch template. Where's the fancy one? And that knocks down everybody underneath, so it knocked down the Kodiak and the Old Witch, which is his caster. And in the game, if you're knocked down, you don't block line of sight anymore. And then Stryker shot his pistol at her and did a couple points of damage. And then I used the long gunners who can do a combined range attack. So each time, each guy who participates in the attack gives +1 to hit and +1 to damage. And I hit on anything but double ones because she's knocked down. So I hit her with a POW 19 twice. So it was 4d6 plus 10. So I killed her that way. But Earthquake was what really did it. So it was this combo of Earthquaking the guy who was blocking her and then CRAing into the guy knocked down and doing a ton of damage. And in Warmachine, generally that ends the game. So I've assassinated his caster, and we have now ended the game, even though it was looking so-so. But Larry's rolling kept it interesting. So that was our first Warmachine battle report. If you have anything else you want us to do or advice besides telling me to paint my army, that would be very helpful.